Hey, hi everyone, uh, and welcome to the sixth Hockey Thursday Talks hosted by Inline Hockey Ireland in association with Cork Wolfpack. Before we start, as usual, we ask you to leave your mic muted for the duration of the talk so everybody can hear. If you have any technical issues, use the written chat. If you have any questions, please wait until the end of the talk. Also, the talk is being recorded and will be posted on YouTube a week from now. So my name is Ken Moussad, and today we have our sixth guest in the series. So please welcome Jakub Cik from the Artzak d'Anglet in France, and multiple times world champion with the Czech national team. So hi Jakub, so it's been a long time, glad to have you here. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Thanks for inviting me to the conversation. And how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty well, pretty well. We're in lockdown here in Ireland. And it's nice to talk to you since ever since the spiders in Rwanda, it's been quite a long time. Now, some of our audience here might not know exactly who you are, and and I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about how you started hockey, whether it be in ice hockey or roller inline hockey.
Yeah, so I started ice hockey when I was 6 years old. Uh, I was playing in a small village called Polichka. There were outside ice hockey rinks, so the season was pretty short. So when I was 10, my parents decided to move to Olomouc, to bigger city, to have more practices and season more longer. And then when I was 14 years old, I started playing inline hockey. And then when I was 22, I stopped ice hockey career, and then I just continued just roller hockey inline.
And if I remember correctly, you after starting inline hockey, you joined your first club in France was the Spiders in Rouen. Am I right? It was.
Yeah, my first professional contract was in Spain actually.
uh,
In 2010, I was playing in Tres Cantos, close to Madrid. And after this season, I decided to move to France for play for Spiders.
All right. And so in terms of you played in high level championships, and so to talk a little bit about this season. So you're playing with the Artzak of Anglet. Before the COVID-19 situation happened, you were ranked sixth in the league, so good spot for eventually the playoffs. What were the feelings? What were your feelings and the feelings of the team for the continuation of the league? And what do you hope for the next season?
So for me, this season was not so bad because every year the team is changing a little bit, and we have a lot of young players, and they show me that they have a good level and they have a good spirit. So the chemistry of the team is getting better and better every year, and we were playing good games. We won against Villeneuve, who was first last year. They won a French Cup and a French League. So yeah, I was pretty happy with this season, and it's just uh, yeah, because of COVID, like it's sad that we stopped before playoff, because I think this season we can have some good results and go better.
And next year, will you remain? Will you stay with Anglet, or will you change clubs?
No, I'm not going to change teams for the moment. Like I'm happy with situation what I have in Anglad, and the lifestyle there is pretty cool. Like we have a beach, we have a mountains close, and I like the people there. So there's no reason to change for the moment.
Hmm. And I'm sure some of the players that are listening to us right now are curious about the training that you have in the League Elite. How much time do you train each week, just to give them an idea?
In elite teams, we practicing 2 times or 3 times by a week. But I'm coaching like all the kids and all the seniors, so I'm on the rink every day, and so if I have time, I practice every day, so I like it.
And so you were mentioning, that you were coaching the young teams. Ever since I've known you from more, you've coached during camps and under 13s, under 15 teams while you were there, and we've seen the results a couple of years after that, where some of the players you coached were really successful by winning national championships or being selected in national teams. So the question is, why do you think the young players should do and should focus on in their development?
Uh, like every time I the most important for kids is that they have to have like fun, you know.
Mm.
They like it's not just about the pressure or because parents want you play hockey, so you will play hockey because they will buy you Xbox or something after the season. Like the first thing, like you need to have pleasure, and then second thing, like do everything 100%. Like if you do the exercise on 20% or just you're not focusing, like that you basically lose the time.
So it's, in other words, it's better to have, for example, I'm just giving an example, to just do 1 hour of practice 100% than doing 3 hours of 20%. That's basically
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, exactly. That's why I think sometimes it's better for kids to have like shorter practice, but in a high speed, you know,
Mhm.
because they need to concentration. And if you have like a lot of practice, then they lose the concentration. So it's better to have a shorter practicing for have a concentration and then a little bit pause, fun, and like that.
And more on the technical side, for example, because I've noticed when we played together, your stick handling was off the chart. I mean, we're stick handling pretty much everybody in the team. How did you came up to that level? What kind of drills do you do? Do you practice every day, or is that something that you've carried on since you were very young? So what's the secret, basically?
I don't know what's the secret. Like when I was young, we had just hockey. Like we had no other sports or hobbies. So we had sticks at home, and I had two brothers, so I play every time with them, like one on one with no cage. And then we have a dog, so we play with the dog. Also, it's a good defense. And then I don't know for shooting, we had a ice hockey cage on the backyard. So every summer we were shooting there and have some games for do it. And when my brother he's older than me, so every time I was trying to be better than him. So it was like a challenge.
So to sum up, to tell to the parents they need to get a dog and get a net in the backyard. So, but I guess that's also something, and movements and gestures that you are practicing every other day, something that you were doing continuously. There were no real, it's not like you were stopping to practice for 2 or 3 months. It was a continuous effort, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, it was not like a practice. For me, it was basically like a fun. Like, hey, like what we will do? Like, let's play some hockey 1-on-1, or let's shoot a bottles. We had a bottles, so we were shooting to the bottles, and we do this like things like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so you were mentioning your brother just before, and just for the little story here, and I don't know, probably not everybody here knows that, is that actually your brother came here, I think it was in 2014 in Galway in Ireland to practice and play some games there. So I'm just going to share my screen here, and after that I can give the link to everybody here, where he was just playing around here in Galway. So I don't know, Jakub, you were, did you know your brother went in Ireland to play some hockey there?
Yeah, I remember he moved to Ireland. I think the team was called Pitbull.
Yep,
Is I
that's
think
the
is
one here.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I think he didn't stay too long, maybe 2 or 3 months, because I'm not sure if the league started. So he moved to England, and then he stayed one and a half year in England.
Okay, so that's a nice story to know, because when I was during this season, I didn't know he went there. Um, so another thing I wanted to show you is which to bring you back to some memories, and I don't know, can you see my screen?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can see.
So that will show you a little memory here. So I'm guessing that you know that's the 2018 final gold medal game where you were world champion. So just gonna show you the images here. So at this moment, what did you feel? What did you felt? How was the emotion in the team, and how does it feel like to be world champion?
It's a great feeling. Like every time, like you work hard when you were young, so when you were young, every time you looking on a TV and you say, I want to play for a national team, and when you play you do maximum to win it, and when you win the last game, you're happy. It's like feeling, I don't know how to explain it. It's really good feelings, and we had really good group. I was really happy to be there, to be part of it.
And so, because you've played, you've been selected multiple times in the national Czech team. How did the selection go about? Did the coach, did you have the specific training, tryouts, or did they just call you and told you to come directly to the tournament? How does the Czech national team work for the selections?
The problem is that, like, a lot of players are playing in Europe, in Italy, Spain, or France, so we cannot have like a tryouts or something. So the coach looking how we play, how we doing in the season in France or in Europe, and then we have like small meeting for 2 days, and then that's it. Like he they basically choose it by watching players. They know, because we are playing just 2 months the season in Czech, but if you are in playoff in France, you cannot play the season in Czech. So sometimes coach doesn't see the players all the year, and we just meet everybody in a world championship.
Okay, so the clubs have to free up the players so they can join.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so when you join, because I imagine you still do have one or two practices before you go into the world championship. What exactly do you work on with the national team just before the tournament begins?
Yeah. We have 2 days of preparation. So we have like one morning skate and one game. So basically, he tried to make a lines and looks if it works. And like we don't do a lot of exercise, maybe 2 3 exercise, and then we play, then power plays, and then we try if it works, and if not, we try to change.
Hmm. And you mentioned power plays, because I think the Czech national team power plays, and I've seen also even in the under 16 and under 18 teams, they're 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 quite famous, always pretty much successful. You get like almost a 100% rate of success. So, uh, in your opinion, what makes it so good compared to other countries?
I don't know about the other teams, but our team, like we have good players who are smart. So each line has like different style of power plays, different players. So if we have a game, usually we have three lines, really good. So and each line can play power plays. And if during the game one line can't score, we have another two solutions. So I think that's maybe why that's successful, because all the three lines have different style.
Mm. So three strong line with different style of play. Yeah. Um, and so I'll just go back to the championship in Ligue Elite. Um, so we all know that Rethel and Villeneuve are like one of the best teams in Europe. How is it to play against them? I suppose it's always a tough game. And how is the preparation of, for example, the Artzak before they play against them? Are the players completely calm? Is there a bit nervousness? How do you prepare exactly for those, you know, high level games?
Usually we are looking how they play the system, if they play man man, if they are pressing, how they play power plays, and then we are trying to practice this on our practice, you know. So we know, for example, that Rethel is really offensive, they play man man, so we change the style. Grown up is playing a lot with the puck. So like it's about changing style when against those teams, because like it's really good teams and you can win, but you will not win every game against them. So every mistake is really important. So
And so, in terms of all this experience that you've gathered, because we have a couple of players here, even senior players and young ones here. If for the players that would want to get better first as players, what would be the number one advice that you would give them?
uh, can you repeat please the question?
Yeah,
I didn't hear good.
yeah, yeah, no problem. So we have a couple of senior players, and junior players here are listening in.
Okay.
And what if they want to become better, improve on their game? What
Yeah.
would be
Okay.
what would be the number one advice that you would give to them?
But I think don't give up, even if you think that you are not doing good and everything, just don't give up and try to watch your good players, how they play, how they do a stick and link, and then try to repeat them, try to copy the best players.
Okay, so for example, if you have players waiting up in a drill in a queue, um, players should watch the others how they are doing basically watching what the others are doing good, what the other players are doing not so good. That's basically what you're saying, learning from others.
Yeah, like for example, sometimes stick and link, I was watching Datsuk or Power Blu-ray, you know how they do it, and then I put it on computer, and then I was like, okay, I will try it, and then every day I was trying like 1 hour, 2 hours, and then it started work better, you know. So I think like you have to watch those players to improve your skills and level.
Hmm. And now I'm going to ask basically the same question if you had one advice to give, but to the different coaches that from Ireland that will be listening to this. What would be the number one advice for them?
To coaches, like the it's I think like every coach has different style, so I don't know exactly, but I think they need to understand the player. Like each player has different quality, and it's basically same with the small players. So if you know that he's not really good with the skating or the group, try to fix the skating first, then and try to explain good and show them how to play.
Okay, I think that's a very very wise comment here. I think we should all try and apply this definitely. Now we have a little game for all our guests, which we call the hockey challenge. So first question is, who is your favorite ice hockey player?
My favorite ice hockey player is Pavel Bure.
Right. And next one is, what is your favorite ice hockey national team? And you can be biased.
It can be Czech Republic.
It can be Czech Republic.
So I think it's Russia.
Okay.
Russian.
And what is your favorite ice hockey rink?
I I don't have like my favorite rings, but I like, for example, my home city Olomouc ice hockey rink because it's really big and wide. It's one of the biggest ice hockey rink in Czech.
Okay. And since you play inline for quite a while, what is your favorite inline rink, if you have any, or the one that you like to play on?
In France, I think
Oh,
they
no
we,
matter.
okay. So it depends on the rules. Like EHF with the offside, I like bigger rink like in Olomouc, and in France I like Anglet because it's big and it's good floor, you know. So like Rethel is good too. Anglet, Grenoble. I prefer play on the bigger rinks.
Hmm. Yeah, and like I've told you before, in Ireland, we hockey is even less popular than it is in France, and we don't have those kind of facilities. We have two inline rinks on the whole island of Ireland, very very small. They're not even 20, 40 meters. Um, so we hope one day we have those kind of facilities. Anyway, Jakub, I think our time is nearly up here. Anyway, thanks again for being here with us. Was glad to talk to you again. And look, if you happen to be in Ireland, just give me a shout, and well, we'll do play some hockey together again.
Okay, thank you, Ken, for invite me. Sorry for my English. Sometimes it's long time I didn't speak English, so it's a little bit hard for me. But thank you guys for invite me.
It's fine, you did. That was perfect. uh, anyway, and by the way, I don't know if you still have it, but I still have my Spiders jersey with me. I hope you still have yours. So when you come in, you just bring it together, and we'll have some fun.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining in for the sixth National and Hockey Thursday talk. Just wait, maybe some people in the audience might have some questions. So if you have a question here, just we'll wait 5-6 minutes and just let me know in the chat. So. So I'm just waiting. Anyway, and so while we wait, okay, we get one question here from Theo asking you, why did you stop playing ice hockey?
Because I didn't have a contract like to be a professional. Like I was paid just to play the games, but it was not enough to stay in Czech and live alone. So I decided to move in Spain and try to travel, and it was better paid than when I played ice hockey in Czech.
All right. Then we have a next question from Brenda Kennedy. What is your favorite team in the NHL?
St. Louis Blues.
Right.
Forever.
Then we got a question from a Galaxy A10. I don't know who that is. What position do you play as?
Now, for last 3 years, I played defense, but all my young times, I played forward.
Oh, okay. And so, and I'm just going to rebound on this question. What do you prefer? Do you prefer playing forward or defense?
Independent of the team, like I'm trying to be successful in a team. So if I see that it's more important to play defense, that we have a lot of forwards, I play defense. But more fun is to play forward and score goals. Sure.
Then we have another question here. How does it feel to play against Patrick Civic, formerly a Spiders teammate?
It's good. Like I like to play against him. He's screaming a lot if something is wrong. But yeah, he's good. He's really good player, and we have a good times every time. So it's nice to play against him.
Okay, so I'll guess we'll wait 1 more minute, and if there's no other question, we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day. So in the meantime, do you train in Czech? Do you play some street hockey game, or how do you handle the whole lockdown? Well, the exit of the lockdown.
No, for the moment, I didn't touch my stick or skates for 1 month basically. Like now I'm pretty busy because my father start to do some work at the home, so I help him. Then with my brother, I help him also. So I'm pretty busy now.
Then we have another question here. All right, lots of NHL players question here. Who is your favorite NHL player at the moment?
At the moment, I like Alex Ovechkin and McDonald.
Okay, I think that's it for the questions. So thanks again, Jakub, for being here today. And,
You're welcome.
And I'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Nashledanou.
Bye.